Hello, it's time for song number 3 from Vidbeer 2023. It's called Alive by DEMCHUK, and let's listen to it.
Would you mind if I stayed to relieve my heartache for some time?
Like the very authentic tones of the swiping up the sliding up the guitar fretboard. It's nice that they've kept those details. Feels very natural in the guitaring. Nice vocal production. Feels very crisp, clear. Great use of reverb. Nice delay as well. Solid production, sounds good. The snaps are very clear, very distinct sound design. Quite a nice pad work in the background as well. And a very clear vocal in the middle. Just feels quite polished altogether. Nice, like a nice vocal dynamic range as well. Everything just feels very competent so far. It's quite slowly moving forward, but there's like a nice mellow production on everything. The percussion sounds alright. The guitar is starting to become a little bit repetitive with how it's just the same kind of pattern being looped over and over again. Need some elevation now. Alright, throwing in some, I think, strings and some pads. Feels very kind of standardized, power ballady. Really nothing that piques my interest that much. It really needs to kind of pick up some kind of energy or variation in the percussion mainly, I think, maybe. And that's it. Alright, I would lie if I didn't say that I was a bit disappointed with where this actually went. I kind of liked the approach that it starts off with, you know, this guitar driven, it's very kind of like a lonesome guitar, nice sound design on it, it's very authentic, it sounds great, it has the sliding up the fretboard, the vocal is very, you know, strong and crisp in the middle, he has a nice vocal range as well, which just kind of varies throughout, and as the song kind of progresses they throw in more instruments, and then the song just kind of doesn't really go all the way with anything. It becomes a very mellow approach throughout the whole song, even when it's trying to be a bit more on the power ballady side of things, because it kind of adds this grand orchestration towards the end with the pads and the strings, and it doesn't really feel like it goes all the way there, because the percussion is kind of restrained, doesn't really have a lot of variation. The guitar pattern becomes very repetitive towards the end because it never really alters or changes up, and I think that these are just parts that kind of just, there's a concept within the song that isn't being utilized fully because they don't really dare to develop the song in an ambitious manner or in a manner that actually makes the song stand out. I think they're just kind of content with everything that they have, that they don't really want to go the extra mile with this song, which I think is kind of a shame. I think there's something in here. I like the instrumentation, like the concept of it, with this guitar-driven song. There's a nice vocal in here. The production is competent. Everything is competent, really, altogether. But I think that, you know, more variation, more energy, more maybe dynamicism. I don't know. My English isn't the best. But maybe, you know, just more of these kind of creative ideas being thrown into this one, allowing it a chance to kind of expand into something that becomes more interesting or more imaginative. I think that really could have benefited a song like this, because what I'm seeing in front of me now is, you know, it's only 2.5 minutes long as well. it's very standardized. It's not really outgoing. It's very pleasant. It's mellow. But that's really all there is to it. It's not a song that really challenges you into feeling a certain type of way. It's background music at its core, in my opinion. Doesn't really strike me. I think there needs to be more explosiveness or a sense of dynamic to really just engage me in as a listener. And I think this one just kind of falls flat on that note. And it's unfortunate because I think there's something in here. There's a nice idea, but it just doesn't really go all the way for what I think it wants to do, which I think is quite a shame. But hey ho, not all of them can be winners, and I don't think this will be the winner, not from what I've heard so far, but you never know. It could be one of these just magical live performances. We never know. But as far as it goes right now, I think this one is the one that I have most disappointment in from the selection. But we'll see if that's still the case when we get around to song number 4, which will be up on the channel in a few hours, I guess. Hopefully I'll see you in that one as well. Take care of yourselves until then, and bye.